Okay, Jeff, chapter 45, title, Optimize Your Time Between Points. Now tell us, what does that mean in terms of, are we talking about a routine? Are we talking about things we don't want to do?
The combination, really. I mean, as we know, we have 25 seconds between points, right? So amazingly, we hit the ball about 20-25% of the time. About 75-80% of the time we're walking around. The point's finished,
right,
and we have an opportunity to affect our state.
Right, all right. So what you said is during a match, 20% of the time is we're playing.
Correct.
The 80% of the time is between points.
80% of the time is between points, exactly.
So
right.
Clearly, majority of the match is
time. Yeah, is really how you're setting up for the point, what state you're in. Can you get yourself back to a good state?
Right.
Can you keep your mind neutral and not thinking a lot and getting stuck on things, stuck on all kinds of things, right? We all know, internally or externally. So I like to think about between points as kind of guardrails on a freeway. Imagine, right? If we didn't have guardrails, it wouldn't be pretty. So this is sort of thinking of between points. You need your own personal guardrails. There are some things that I want to share that I think are helpful. When you're done with a point, I think where the worst place we can go and spend most of our time is in here, right? Our goal is to be in our body as much as we can, and focused on things that are productive. So when the point's finished and we're thinking about the score or what happened and and who's watching and how judging ourselves and all of the stuff that happens, we're in our head. So the first thing to do is literally feel your feet walking. And this becomes automatic after a while, but you've got to get your focus centered in your core, this is Eastern stuff, to get yourself down into here, just walking, feeling your feet on the ground for 5 seconds.
I like that. That's good.
So you're not, if you're in your head, you should know you're in your head, and you get out of your head, right, and into your body, and that's the first key. You can use the deep breath for that if you like, great, or simultaneously. And then, after, that, certainly you can look at your strings, that's external, great. You're not thinking, that's why players do it, is because it keeps your eyes focused. Keeping your eyes focused helps. And now you're getting ready for the point, and you might, feel yourself again, feet grounded, and then you focus completely on the ball. Tracking the ball is one of the best techniques. The moment the opponent steps up to the line, you focus your eyes like a bulldog on that ball, and you track it, and you keep that ball to help you stay neutral in your mind. And so they're doing their routine, you're tracking the ball, they're throwing it up, you're tracking the ball all the way. And so you're in this neutral no mind place because you're focused on something external and productive.
Right.
And so this process, which again, it's internal, walking, feeling it, breathing, strings, back to the ball, it's an internal, external, but that's how you optimize.
So let me tell you what I do. When I'm playing my best tennis, I'm really disciplined to a specific, it's mostly a 4-part system. Let me tell you what I do. Beat it up, approve of it, whatever you do. I mean, first thing I try to do when the point's over is I really wanted to go, and you've mentioned this before in the other chapters, in kind of an even keel, emotional state. And for me, that's going to the hook of a song. And I've already decided before the match that day, here's the song, and I've, hummed it myself a few times. So I'm really locked into what that song hook's going to be. I try to go there, whether I've just chunked the easiest volley in the world or I've just hit the biggest winner in my life. I want to go there instantly. I want to discipline myself to do that. That takes maybe 3 or 4 seconds of listening to it. The next thing number 2 is going to be 3 or 4 deep breaths. Because I do, just like you're talking about optimizing the time between points, we can do some physical stuff here to help us get prepared for the next point. So I try to take some 3 or 4 deep breaths. Even if the guy's just double faulted to me, I want to stick to that routine. Third thing I do is I think, is there any specific strategy I want to use to start the point? Not thinking about, hey, I've got to win this point, because if I win this point, then this is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be cool and all that kind of stuff. So I think more about, if I'm serving, you know, I'm going to commit, just like we talked about before. Where do I want to serve? What kind of serve? You know, or if I'm returning serve, is there some strategy I want to be using? And then the fourth thing is a little positive self-pump, which is, you know, not a scolding like, come on, but it's going to be more, all right, here we go, here we go. So that's kind of the four-part routine I go through, Jeff, during my 80% of the match. Anything in there that
yeah, no, I think
that I could improve upon, or that
you know, I like the routine. I think that sounds good to me. The one exception, you know, the 3 breaths. Sometimes we want to try to make this as automatic as possible too. So if it's a good deep breath, that actually takes, if you do a really good one, takes about 6 seconds. You know, if you do a sort of you can do 1 and 4, 2 in and 2 out, would be fine on the court. That's 4 seconds already gone. You know, and if you're going to use up between 15 and 20 seconds, you have 25, but I think, you know, 1 good deep breath would be plenty. You know, it would be hard to do the proper breath 3 times that I particularly like, that really does create a relaxation response. So I would suggest maybe 1 good one. I love the, you know, let's go, or, you know, you have maybe a mantra, as I said earlier. Certainly a tactical visual can be helpful if you're, you know, needing to do that and shift your strategy a little, or just decide where you're going to hit the ball on a return. But it needs to be very quick. It ideally is a visual. And this stuff needs to be very seamless, automatic, routine, and but keeping your brain on track with the word and so forth is great. So
well, so you just said it's got to be seamless, it's got to be automatic, and even for me, where I've done this for years now, before a tournament, if I go out and practice, I mean, I have to practice this 4-part routine. As much as I've done it in the past, it's not like a light switch that's automatic. I can just now start the match and flip it on and off. And so I encourage my students. I mean, they say, well, what do you do between points? Well, here's my 4-part routine, but I'm telling you, this is not just an instant gratification thing. You have to practice this stuff. So, as you just said, it's automatic, it's seamless, and most importantly, it feels natural.
Yeah, and you're right. You know, you do need to be disciplined to use it, because the brain will get sidetracked, and we need to take control of that. We have control over how we manage ourselves between points and so forth, and so not the outcome. So we need to spend our time on the breath and the visuals and all of these things, the guardrails, to keep ourselves in a good state, to give ourselves the best chance of winning.